Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University and Titans. All right. This one wasn't quite as bad. There was still some silly parts, and unfortunately it all freaking revolved around Starfire again. But there was some good here also, and some things that actually started to make sense. Yay. Still dark AF. Okay, so let's get started. First off, we have, did you notice there was a 55-second opening with Raven walking down a hallway? I just want you to stop and marinate on that for a second. 55 seconds. Yeah, marinate on that for 55 seconds. I want you to just chill out for a couple seconds. Chill out for 55 seconds, see how long that actually takes. And we sat here and watched Raven walking down a hallway for 55 seconds in the very beginning of this episode. What? You can say I'm being really critical, but no, I was painfully aware of it. All right. So, what do you call it? After this, you find out more about Starfire. This is the actual Corey Starfire. No, not the happiest guy in the world about that. I liked my suggestion better last week where it's not actually Corey, it's her evil sister, and Corey's trapped someplace. And yeah, I would have liked that better personally, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, she's about to kill Raven. Then she's about to kill, what do you call it? Her mom, except then freaking what's-her-face gets involved. What's his name? Beast Boy. He gets involved, and then he's about to get choked. She's just choking people out. And then finally she turns around and is like, nah, now I'm going to burn you. And she lights up and everything, and all of a sudden, pow! We get the lasso, man. It's not... I don't think they're going to call this a lasso of persuasion because that's actually the silver lasso. This one was golden. So this was actually Wonder Girl's first lasso that she gotten. Kind of like a replica of the lasso of persuasion, the golden perfect. Anyhow, so yeah, she uses this and just chokes her out and then knocks her unconscious. That was just nothing but sweetness. That was pure sweetness. Later, it kind of got taken away later when she's like, "Who are you?" And Donna Troy answers her, "I'm the person who knocked you out." That was a little bit much. Unfortunately, then you wind up getting freaking Starfire, who's like, bet you can't do it twice. I'll bet you she could do it 30 times over and not even break a sweat. How about that? But let's take it a step further. You just about killed the one person you were truly nice to, Raven. You almost killed Beast Boy. The guy who just in the previous episode, you just got finished telling him, don't feel bad about your actions. So we shouldn't feel, you're not going to feel bad about what you just did? Because it seems like you don't. Then turning around trying to pick a fight with somebody who literally just saved your friends, by the way. Oh, God, at some point, who's going to smack freaking Starfire? I think she needs another lasso chokeout. Anyhow, Dick is funny. Dick is really funny because, what's her name? Wonder Girl goes and calls her out immediately. Donna Troy's like, she calls him out. It's like, yeah, you're making excuses for her. You've slept with her, haven't you? Because what does he say? This knucklehead. He's like, she's not a killer. As soon as that happened, I'm like, you better fix that. I'm going to turn this thing off right now. I swear to God, I'm going to turn it. I stood up. I actually, I'm sitting down watching this. I stood straight up. I was like, oh, no, you just did not. I'm sorry. Dude, has anybody watching? Can I play this for Dick so he can see this? And he's just like, well, I mean, she kills people. I'm like, what? Mother, what? She's not a killer. Well, I mean, she kills people, but that's her friend. And, it was totally, once again, just like the previous episode, no, excuse me, two episodes ago, what do you call it? This whole show, in my opinion, was saved by Wonder Girl showing up. You know what I'm saying? And once again, Wonder Woman saves the episode because in my head, I'm like, I'm about to turn this whole thing off. Did you just say she's not a killer? A stone-cold, stone-faced murderer talking about she ain't no killer. And then she fixes it. Like, you're making excuses for her. Why don't you just say it flat out? You liar. You a liar. But I'm okay with it. So once I chuckled. I chuckled, sat back down. I don't usually get emotional like that. But this was so blatant. This sounded like, a politician, any politician, orange or otherwise, just breathing. They breathe lies. Politicians breathe lies. That's a lie. I just fact checked it. Wrong answer. Liars. So good. Donna Troy fixed that. Thank you for saving the show yet again. Like, dude, she needs to be paid more, man. Anyway, it was a little OP that she turned around. She had like that little ninja star, little shuriken. She's like, I'm a track. What, you think you're the only one with gadgets? Little OP. I think that Nightwing should have had the gadget because, you know, he's Gadget Man. This guy's Inspector Gadget up in here. But this was still fun. I still like this. This was good. The darkness in this episode actually made sense. The problem is I'd like to be able to come up for air once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Turns out her mom is actually straight stone evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. Like she when she was sitting there and she like you know, she's trying to put ointment and whatnot on her neck after Corey almost straight murdered her. Did you notice she went and she's blowing on it? I'm like, oh my God, Corey's got him. Corey. Starfire. Raven. Geez. F Starfire. Raven's got a mom. Rachel's got a mom again. Like she's actually got her real mom. And like, maybe I was just imagining it, but she kind of like, you know, changed her face a little bit when that happened. I was really hoping that she would have said something about it. Like that would have really drove the turn home. You know, she would have been like, you know, as she walked out the room or something like this, something, just a look or saying something to Beast Boy immediately afterwards, anything. That would have been really cool, you know. So that would have made me like genuinely heartfelt happy. You know what I'm saying? My heart would have just elevated a little bit. Usually not good for the health, but I'm okay with that. I would have been very happy over that. But nonetheless, like she blew on her neck, and I'm just like, damn, that is awesome. That is awesome. So it did make the turn that much worse. Now the whole mirror thing was nothing but, what am I looking at? It was really freaking weird. But then you see at the end, that was cool. So they talked about how episode 10 was supposed to be called Trigon from before episode 1 even came out. You know, they saw the scripts and the titles for everything. So this one was called Trigon. So I expected him to come out in this particular episode. Well, if Trigon actually came out, that would really change the Titans in a major way. Anyway, he showed up. He appeared, all right? He walked up on the scene like a G. They're obviously trying to save money, low budget. They just have the quick little image of his arm, like, you know, Trigon huge. But instead he comes out and he's just like, you know, macking. He's like, what's up? Watership me. I mean, give me a hug, darling. But I was still cool with it. I was still cool. It was a little weird, but it was cool. I think they spent all the budget on showing Corey's ship. Excuse me. A couple of cool moments with the ship and whatnot. Like, okay, so she's got her alien origin. That's really cool. I'm telling you, man, like, I feel like the episode still wasn't quite as dark as everything else, man. Hey, did y'all notice? I don't know about anybody or everybody, but if enough people noticed, this episode, or this week's Titans, this just came out on Wednesday. This had Beast Boy bleeding from the mouth in here also, but it was so much lighter and so much, like, it actually had some meaning, some genuine meaning. I know you're going to sit here and say, oh, there was some meaning in this too, or in that episode also. I'll argue with you on that, but this one actually had some serious meaning why he was bleeding from the mouth. And then afterwards, you know, he's still Beast Boy. He's like, hey guys, why do we all have ketchup on us? So it might have been blood, might not have been blood, but something red was coming out of his mouth because he was in connection with the red. He was actually possessed by the red. What do you call it? This was, I don't know, man. Like, it's just interesting to see both had, you know, blood coming out of their mouth this week. I don't know, man. I don't know. Even with, like, dark stuff that just happened, Beast Boy was just possessed in that issue. But he's still Beast Boy. He's still, you know, a good kid here. Here, he's being shown having PTSD. Yeah, I guess I can get that and whatnot. I guess I can understand if it is actually PTSD. It seems like it's just he's cursed, you know. Probably got, you know, fed that food and turned him evil, or turned him all sorts of messed up, poisoned and everything. Possibly. I don't know. They're not really giving us any answers. I don't think enough of us know to ask the right questions. But it just, it's still dark. But yet, this isn't the darkest episode that they had. Think about that, man. Like the episode where they were being tortured and whatnot, that was dark AF. They walked into it being dark, talking about we're going to kill whomever gets in our way. And then by the end, they're like, oh no, we're not going back on that promise. You were torturing us. You're all going to die. I'm going to blow this whole place up. I'm straight murdering everybody in this building, you know? There was a secretary in the back just doing the taxes, and that person got killed too. Never harmed a fly in his life. But oh, no, you did taxes for the bad guys. You got to die too. I mean, some cold-blooded people out there, man. There's some cold-blooded people. But in this episode, that actually summoned the freaking apocalypse demon into the prime material plane. You know what I'm saying? And this episode still wasn't as dark as some of the other episodes out there. Just the previous episode, we had Hawk being multiple times raped. You know what I'm saying? Like, that episode was, in my opinion, darker than this one. I mean, jeez. So that it's a hell of a show that you got, like, the apocalypse demon of the universe come walking into your world, and you're just like, oh, wow. So they went a little lighthearted in this one. Oh wow, that's something else. But you know, like I said, there was a couple of really cool parts in here. They are bringing the characters closer to. They're not bringing the characters closer to being the characters. They're reminding us that, oh no, these origins are real. These are the actual origins for the, you know, Corey is actually an alien. And yes, she is. Her dad is Trigon. And, you know, she's going to summon demons and stuff like that. And okay, thank you. So there's no doubt these are the characters who we used to know and love. And now it's just like, who are these strange people with similar origins to characters I love, who are murdering people and eating people, cannibalizing. Next issue, I'm scared, man. Scared of all this. I'm waiting for Flash. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Flashpoint to come up and just be like, y'all too dark. I'm changing everything. I'm saving my mom. And then it's going to be really dark. And then I'm going to, like, do stuff and put it back. And then we'll all be, like, different. Because, like, this was just too much. This was too much. All right? Just Flash needs to save his mama. Because this is just way too freaking dark. But the Dark Knight is going to show up in the next episode. I specifically remember them saying that Batman is not going to show up. This is, you know, I'm not adverse to actually seeing Batman, but Batman is supposed to show up. We saw some clips of him and everything. That's Batman, and hopefully played by Kevin Conroy. I got my preferences. Wouldn't it be nice to actually see Kevin Conroy don the mask and cowl? You know, the cape and cowl. Whatevs, man. I'm good with it. I would love to see that. And he deserves it. He definitely deserves that. But we're going to see him versus Nightwing, and it looks like Corey also. You ever read Kyle Higgins' book, Nightwing, Dark Order? New Order. The New Order. Like the New World Order. It was a 6-issue limited series. And it was sweet. It was really good. I did reviews for all 6 issues. You can go check them out if you want, or just, you know, support your local comic book store, support your comic book company, and buy the comic book. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. This seems like it's just going to be a scene, because Dick went in through the force field, the shimmering of the air, and the other two couldn't. You know, Donna Troy and Corey, they couldn't go through that shimmering force field type thing. So Dick went through. So I guess that he's just going to be seeing this dark. It's funny because I'm laughing at myself saying he's going to see a dark version of his life. Dude, I don't care how dark you try and make this new life. How's this going to be any different than the current? So yeah, maybe whatever. They're gonna go darker. Vince McMahon's gonna come in. He's gonna clone himself by infinity. All right, pal. I want Batman kicking the ass of all the cops out here. We're gonna get it, damn it. I wanted to go Ultimate Warrior and just press slam somebody. And start shaking the ropes. That's what I expect to see. Because wow. Still, I think that next episode is supposed to be the season finale. Cool. Cool. After this, I'm gonna like read some fairy tales, nice ones, not those crazy Mother Goose ones, because they're all psychotropic. I don't know. I'll probably sit down and read some like Aesop's Fables, some cool ones. You know what I'm saying? Take up knitting, all sorts of happy things. I'll go out and pick flowers, anything to freaking get my belief in humanity back up again. Because damn, wow, this is just so wicked. But again, this was a much lighter episode than some of the episodes we had, the previous 2 episodes at the very least. So that's it for me. That's it for me. Another episode, done and gone. Waiting for next Friday. See Batman. What's up? Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.